If you've spent any time researching real estate syndications online, you've probably heard a lot about why they're such great investment opportunities. Passive income, no landlord headaches, professional management, long-term wealth. And while all this can be true, today I want to do something different. In this video, I want to walk you through the top 5 reasons why you should not invest in real estate syndications. Because here's the truth, syndications are not for everyone. And if someone is telling you only the upside without explaining the downside, that's a red flag. My name is Goodin. I'm the founder of Goodin Development, and we build apartment communities from the ground up here in my home state of Indiana. Our entire business model revolves around real estate syndications, so I'm not anti-syndication at all, but I am very realistic about who they're actually right for. So let's slow this down and walk through it with an unbiased perspective. The first reason you should not invest in a real estate syndication is lack of liquidity. That's a big one. When you invest in a syndication, your money is typically locked up for 5, 7, sometimes even 10 years. You can't just wake up one morning and decide that you want your money back. There's no sell button. There's no daily price. Your capital is usually tied up in a real asset with a long-term business plan. So if you think there's a chance you'll need that money for a home purchase, a business opportunity, college expenses, or just peace of mind, a syndication may not be the right place for it. I like to explain this the same way I explain buying a house. You wouldn't buy a house with money you need next month. Syndications are the same way. They're long-term investments, not a savings account. The second reason you should not invest in a real estate syndication is if you're uncomfortable with risk. And let me be clear here, all investments involve risk. Stocks, bonds, businesses, real estate, everything. With syndications, the risks are just different. So, rents can come in lower than expected, expenses can increase, construction timelines can shift, interest rates can change, the market can even slow down, and projects can take longer than planned. The real question isn't whether risk exists in the investment. The real question is whether you understand that risk and whether you trust the sponsor team to manage it when things don't go perfectly. If market volatility or uncertainty keeps you up at night, syndications may feel uncomfortable, especially early on. My third reason why you should not invest in real estate syndication is if you want control. This one surprises a lot of people. As a passive investor, you are not choosing the tenants, you are not approving the budgets, you are not deciding when to sell, and you're not picking painkillers or negotiating with lenders. You are trusting the sponsor team to make those decisions on your behalf as the passive investor. So if you're someone who likes being hands-on or you struggle with letting go of control, that can be a tough adjustment. I like to compare this as owning shares in a private business. You're an owner, but you're not the CEO. You benefit from good decisions, but you don't get to make every decision yourself. And for some people, that's incredibly freeing. Others, it's just frustrating. Now, my fourth reason you should not invest in a real estate syndication is if you're chasing quick wins. Syndications are not get-rich-quick investments. They are slow, steady, and often boring in the best way possible. So if your goal is to double your money in the next 6 months, and you're comparing syndications to day trading or speculative investments, you're probably going to be very disappointed. Real estate syndications are about patience. They're about letting a business plan play out over time. They reward discipline, not impatience. I always tell people this, if you're checking your investment every week and wondering why nothing has changed, this may not be the right strategy for you. And my fifth and final reason why real estate syndications might not be the best fit for you is if you haven't done your homework on the sponsor. This one is huge. The most important part of any syndication is not the market, it's not the returns, and it's not the projections. It's the people running the investment. You should be asking questions like, have they executed similar projects in the past? Do they invest their own money alongside investors? How conservative are their assumptions? What happens if things don't go according to plan? And how do they communicate during challenges? Now, anyone can make numbers look great on a spreadsheet, but execution in real life is what matters. And if you don't feel comfortable with the sponsor or you don't understand how they're going to make decisions, it's okay to pass. There will always be another deal. So I know that was a lot. Take a deep breath and let's walk through the takeaways. Real estate syndications can be a great wealth building tool with the right people, the right expectations, and the right partners, but they're not for everyone, and that's okay. They tend to work best for people with stable income, emergency savings, long-term mindset, and who want exposure to real estate without all the responsibilities that come with being a landlord. So if you're early in your financial journey, need liquidity, or aren't comfortable with not making decisions, there may be other strategies that work best for you. So if you want to learn more about how real estate syndications actually work and how to decide if they're right for you, we put together a free 7-day passive real estate investing 101 email course. You can find this at goodindevelopment.com/course. That's where we walk through this step by step, without pressure, and without all the sales fluff. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to visit our website or drop your questions below in the comments.